The Bathysphere by Arch Obler. Originally broadcast November 18th, 1939. Presented by the Different Directions Radio Club.
The sea is very quiet.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Will it be very quiet under the water?
No motion, Your Excellency.
I'm told it'll all be very amusing.
I hope so, sir. The captain ought to have everything ready by now. Sir, if you'll excuse me now, Your Excellency, I'll go see.
No, just a moment, Doctor.
Yes, Your Excellency?
You're much too impatient, my dear young friend. One of the great joys of an experience is to savor it before it happens. Yes, stay and talk to me.
As you say, Your Excellency.
How far under will we have to go to break the record?
Over half a mile.
Uh-huh. How far's the bottom?
Just over the record mark.
Deeper than any man's ever gone. It'll all be very amusing.
Aye, sir.
Suddenly the wind's changed.
Always at this hour of the day, Your Excellency. It's time to go.
I assure you that the sea will wait for us.
But I only thought that...
Don't think so much, my young friend. Thinking is an unnecessary pastime. The emotions are much more dependable. My thoughts tell me that this little excursion under the sea will be quite precarious. On the other hand, my emotions tell me that it will be most interesting and amusing.
Your Excellency, we're ready.
Well, Captain, you too are impatient, eh?
I don't know what you mean.
Now, don't splutter. Come ahead, my young and impatient friend. We'll go aboard your diving bell and begin our little adventure. Come.
Attention. You see, Your Excellency, we're quite ready.
Well, Doctor, is everything to your satisfaction?
Did you put in the extra oxygen tank, Captain?
Yes, sir. Everything just as you said, Doctor.
Telephone communication has been tested?
20 times.
Searchlights?
I assure you everything has been tested, Doctor.
The winch goes smoothly now?
Why, yes, I believe.
I don't want you to believe, I want you to know.
But I assure
Go
you...
and test it at once.
Yes, Doctor. At once, Doctor. All right, men. Test number 1.
Aye, sir. Test number 1.
Slowly there.
Well, the earth around us is most commendable, Doctor.
We are going half a mile below the sea, sir. Nothing can be left to chance. The pressure down there are almost beyond imagination.
Yes, I know.
Particularly on this dive, everything must be perfection.
You mean the record?
I mean, Your Excellency, that your life is precious to this day.
Yes. The press of the world has known me only as a record breaker in the world of what they so quaintly term power politics. By nightfall, they'll herald me as a record breaker in the world of science, eh, Doctor?
If all goes well, Your Excellency.
Eh? You have doubts?
No one can predict the way of the sea.
What are you talking about? We'll be quite apart from the sea inside of the steel ball, this bathysphere. Oxygen to breathe, telephones with which to communicate, lights with which to see. Why should there be any question?
The question of the human factor, Your Excellency.
You're as cautious as they said. I like that. I, too, am a cautious man. Oh, yes, indeed. My success has been based upon determining that the unpredictable cannot occur before I, shall I say, embark upon my bold adventure. I am talking quite frankly with you, eh, Doctor? Well, it pleases me to do so. For a few hours, we'll be locked up in that steel ball. There's no reason you shouldn't know a little about your leader, is there?
You honor me, sir.
For example, I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the steel cable which will drop us down beneath the ocean has strength enough to hold 50 such steel spheres as the one we will be in. I know, too, that you have made... Let me think, you've made 30 such descents toward the floor of the ocean without the slightest misadventure. The men on this cruise ship are especially trained for the work, and with my life in their hands, I'm sure they'll be particularly careful on this descent. Eh, Doctor?
There's no doubt of it, sir.
All ready now, sir.
Shall we go now, Your Excellency?
Of course, of course.
Careful, Your Excellency. The deck is quite wet here.
Oh, thank you, Captain. You are very thoughtful.
Thank you, sir. Attention.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
No, no formalities. Let the men go about their business so we can get started.
Yes, Your Excellency. At your work, men.
Would you like to go into the bathysphere first, Your Excellency?
No, no, after you. Quite a small doorway, isn't it? How fortunate we're both small, lean men, Doctor. Lean men. Caesar's once said something about that sort, didn't he?
I don't know much about that sort of thing, sir.
I didn't imagine so. Get in, Doctor. I'll follow you.
Yes, sir.
Head first into the steel ball. Quite without dignity, eh, Captain?
Shall I help you, sir?
No, no, I'll make it all right. You ready for me, Doctor?
Come ahead, sir. Careful of the bolt ends, sir.
Ah, that does it.
You're all right, sir.
Yes, yes, of course I am. Well, what are we waiting for?
Captain,
Aye, sir.
close her up.
Aye, sir.
Put your ears, cover your ears.
Huh?
The bolts and the wing bolts that hold the doors shut, they have to be tightened by hammering with a sledgehammer. It's all right now, sir. They've done.
Well, what an infernal din. Wasn't there any other way?
Hammering is the only definite guarantee of a watertight seal, sir.
My ears.
All well in there, sir?
What's that?
It roars through the telephone, sir. They'll communicate us from the deck every 3 minutes. If one of us doesn't answer within half a minute, the orders are to pull us up.
An excellent safety precaution. Yes, indeed.
All well in there, Doctor?
Oh, well,
We're moving.
yes, lifting us out of the end of the boom. And then down we go. Look, sir, you can see the deck down there through the window.
Glass, so clear.
Clearest in the world. Quartz glass to stand the pressure.
Letting us down in the water, aren't they?
Yes, sir, in a moment.
We're under.
Yes, I'll turn the oxygen higher.
The light, so green.
Yes, soon it'll be blue, then dark blue, until at around 2,000 feet we'll be in darkness that goes beyond dark. Complete eternal night.
Eternal night under the water. How amusing.
All well down there, sir?
All well,
How far down are we?
about 1,100 feet, sir.
It's hard to believe it.
There is almost a quarter of a mile of the water crushing down upon us.
The word crushing is most inappropriate at this time, my young friend.
My apologies, Your Excellency.
I've been watching the water. You said it would be as night, yet it isn't black. It's blue, the strangest blue.
A few more 100 feet, and there will be no more color in the water, sir.
The light out there. What?
Well, I can't quite make it out, sir. Perhaps some sort of luminous plankton.
That's amusing. The fish is carrying along their own electric plants.
The dark's alive with them, sir. Oh, look, sir.
What?
The small flatfish, you see, even his teeth gleam with the luminous mucus. I've caught that sort of in the troughs. They can eat organisms as large as they are. Wait, I'll turn on the searchlight and you'll see.
No, never mind. I didn't come under the sea out of any interest in those bits of fish.
As you say, sir.
They light up like a train in the dark, or would the portholes of a boat be more appropriate figure of speech? Well, seen one, seen them all.
All well down there, sir?
Oh well.
How far down now? Ask him.
How far?
1,350 feet.
Right.
We made good time, eh?
Yes, sir. They lower us very quickly, sir.
A 6-foot ball containing a very earnest young man and the leader of the state. Headed for, what shall we say, Doctor?
A new record, sir.
Is that as far as your imagination carries you?
At the moment, I cannot say, Your Excellency.
Well, perhaps when we reach the end of the cable, we'll discuss life and death very profoundly. Eh, my friend? Philosophy under the sea. Yes.
All well down there, sir?
All well.
2,200 feet.
How much further?
We 4,000 feet of cable, sir.
You are right. There's a darkness out there now that's darker than any night that men have ever seen. It's amusing.
All well down there, sir?
All well.
2,800 feet, sir.
Right. Your Excellency,
Yes?
in 10 or 11 minutes, we will have broken the record. You keep your eyes so close to that window. Might ask why?
I thought I saw something out there.
What, sir?
Something huge. It gave off a pale green light and then was gone so quickly I'm not sure.
I'll turn on the searchlight.
No, this infernal darkness amuses me. Tell me, Doctor, in your other trips, have you seen anything out there? A vague, huge, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir, several times.
Well,
Shadowy and indistinct. I couldn't say what, sir.
can't you guess?
I have no answers.
All well down there,
Oh,
sir?
tell them yes, and stop annoying us.
Oh well, and don't bother.
Sir, you've reached 3,028 feet, sir.
That was Beatty's record,
Eh?
the old one.
3,030.
Broken it!
3,100.
Doctor, that's quite enough.
3,150.
Doctor, did you hear me? Broken the record and a few feet to spare. Ordered them to howl us up.
3,200.
Doctor, are you out of your head? I give you orders. Have them pull us up. I've had enough of this. I tell you that What happened?
Happened? We just landed at the bottom of the sea, that's all.
Why did you ignore my orders? I said to go up. What are you doing now? What was that lever you threw? Answer me.
Yes, I'll answer.
Haven't you forgotten something, Doctor?
What?
To say, Sir, Your Excellency.
Excellency? Here? At the bottom of the sea?
What's happened to you? All of a sudden the excitement of creating a new record. A little too much for you, eh, my friend? Well, it's understandable. Now signal the ship and have them draw us up. Your little venture's over. Didn't you hear me? I said signal the ship.
How?
Are you out of your mind completely? Telephone them. At once! You hear me?
A telephone consists of a carbon transmitter receiver, actuating battery, and a connecting wire. We have no telephone.
Get to one side. Hello? Hello? Up there? Hello? Hello? Answer me! Hello? Hello? Blast you! Answer me! Hello? But they
The
don't!
wire torn loose. Wouldn't you know how to fix it, Your Excellency?
What? I see. Happened when we bumped on the bottom, didn't it? Well, can't you fix it?
I can, but I won't, Your Excellency.
What is this?
It's taking you a great number of moments longer than I expected to ask that question. You notice what I've called you Your Excellency a couple of times, but that was the end of that. From now on, I will call you Your Infernal Excellency.
How amusing.
Still amusing?
Yes.
I don't believe it. You think it's some kind of madness on my part that you'll do something about it?
Not I. You.
I?
You have an emergency way of signaling. Yes, I know you have. You flashed the searchlight on and off 3 times, and the flow of the current registers up on the deck. And they know that's an emergency. Well, go ahead and do it, and perhaps I'll forget your little, shall we call it, joke?
I'm quite content to stay down here.
Turn on the searchlight. Alright, I'll do it myself.
Why waste your time? You've so little of it left.
What do you mean by that?
The searchlight, too, is disconnected.
Why?
There's no need of it. It will be the best to die in the dark.
Die?
Yes.
This is impossible. I investigated you, your record, your family, your associates. Clearest record in the state. You haven't the reason or the will to kill me. Kill me? That's really funny. A young empty-headed fool kill me? That's very amusing.
You'll be afraid soon.
Is it possible that you've forgotten the final emergency signal, you fool? Yes, I said signal. The signal of silence. They'll try the telephone as scheduled, and when we don't answer, they'll pull us up. Have you forgotten that?
It's been more than 3 minutes since the last signal. If what you say is true, why aren't we moving?
We are. For all I know, we are.
Are we?
The darkness. Who can tell if there's an upward motion?
You know we're motionless, as quiet as in a tomb. Appropriate that. And we'll stay here. I know that.
Eh?
That lever up on the roof that I pulled,
Well?
it threw the end of the steel cable free. Yes, severed the cord between ourselves and the ship and the world.
No!
We're here, Your Infernal Excellency, down here to stay.
No! You lie! I don't believe you! Don't pull us up! The telephone! Here! You up there, listen! Get me up! You up there! Hear me! It's your leader! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! You hear me? Get me out of here! Out of here! Out of here!
Oxygen left for another hour, and it will take you 10 precious minutes of your precious life to believe. You do believe. You're going to die now, don't you?
I was sure nothing could happen. Every detail of the machinery, the record of every member in the crew.
And I was one of those who was perfectly harmless,
Yes, your past. Since a boy, trained in the schools of the state. Your father is an official. Why do you do this to me? Why?
Your ego is so great that even now, knowing you're going to die here with me, you're less concerned with death than you are with knowing whether you're failed.
Answer me. Why do you do this? You were trained in my schools, brought up to think the way you should think. Who up there made you do this thing, and why?
It'll be a slow death. As slow as the death of my country.
Answer me. Who and why?
Your mouth bite for air, and there won't be enough to let you live, and yet there'll be enough so that you won't quite die.
You tell me. You will.
Your lungs will reach up through your mouth, a breath of air, just another. There won't be another. And as you die, you'll know it.
I want to know one thing. Why did you do this?
Why? Why? Yes, I'll give you your whys. You trained me in your school, and from morning to night, what went into my head was only what you declared was right and proper for a good citizen of your infernal state to know. Yes, you crammed my head full, but there's one place you, in your books, and your speech couldn't reach: my heart.
Your heart?
Yes, heart. You heard me. Heart. My head said believe, my heart said no. My head said obey, my heart said no. That's where you made your mistakes, you devil. You didn't start young enough with me, for the heart that was born inside of me has brought you here to die.
I don't understand.
Well, I'll turn a little more oxygen on. That will give me a little more strength to keep on telling you your whys, and cut the breaths left for you after I'm finished. What was I saying? Yes, that you didn't condition me quite well enough. should have started with an embryo. For somewhere along the line, if a little humanity got inside of me that cried out against what you were doing, it grew and grew until it said you had to die, and you'll die, yes, here in the black under the sea, and they won't roll drums for you, march for you, end it here. What have you to say to that?
You fool.
Fool? Is that all you answer?
Yes, fool.
You think I'm a fool to die here with you? You call me a fool when I know that ending here, I give a new beginning to those up there.
Yes, such a fool.
Oh, stop saying that. They won't say it back in the cities when they know that they're free.
You fool. You think that freeing them of me will make them free?
Yes, of course it will.
I called you fool again. How do you think I became the head of the state? Through my great wisdom? I'm not really so wise. Through my great courage? No man has courage of that sort to stand up single-handed against the bullets and the bayonets of the entrenched powers. Then how? How did I do it?
With lies and ruthless and cruelty, I know.
You don't know a thing. You saw the end result surrounded by pomp and circumstances, and you couldn't see the means. All right, I know I'm going to die. When a man is expected to die as long as I have, the actuality isn't quite as frightening as you might think. Since I'm going to die, I'll have one small satisfaction of showing you that you're an empty-handed fool.
Stop saying that.
You too have an ego. Apparently it's lived for weeks on how you'll make me bleed and beg and squirm down on my knees. I had a few minutes of hysteria, didn't I? You like that. But you don't like this. My sitting in the dark so calmly telling you you're a fool.
I haven't failed, you're here.
You failed because of your killing me and yourself to give them back their freedom. Whatever that word means, you're dying quite in vain.
You're saying that because you think that.
No, don't talk. Listen to me. I'll tell you where you failed. I came into power, not alone through my own strength, not because the conditions of our country were such that any other man sitting in their wealth come to the decision that I alone could keep them there.
But it was you.
I tell you, listen. When an ancient rule of privilege is threatened, it seeks to live no matter the cost. The cost to them was me, and they found me worth it, for I threw to the mass none of the wealth they'd worked to build, but only fighting phrases of prejudice and hate that caused the man who made me nothing but the rent of the halls for the simple to hear my opiates. And so I called you fool. Fool to die and fool to kill me, for the conditions that made me will still exist when I'm dead. You freed them of me, but what of hunger? What of ruthless exploitation? These will still be free up there to put hate and desperation into men. And so the ones who gave me power will find a new leader to stop the rumblings of rebellion with all the tracks that I taught them. A new leader. You hear me, fool? A new leader.
No, it isn't true. It can't be true.
So dark. If I could see your face, to see the fool discovering he's a fool.
They will be free. They will. They will.
What magic do you think will come into the air when I'm dead? Will man forget their greed and say, oh, we've quite enough? There's enough for everyone? Let each share according to his needs? No, fool. With me or without me, the game will be played, just as it always has been played. And you are a fool, and die like one.
What could I have done? I had to do something.
I'll tell you what you could have done. You could have done the one thing that would have, in time, helped destroy not only me, but those who made it. You could have gone to the people.
What?
Yes, walked among them, worked among them, and at every chance whispered to them the things I kept from them. The news would have been around your neck every time you opened up your mouth. And yet, in that talking of liberty and freedom and common decency, and all the rest of that sort of thing, would have been far more meaning than this futile murdering of me. I've had them hunted down and shot each of those who dared to whisper among the people. But as they died, I didn't call them fools. because I knew that they were wise. That only through the will to live and do of the great bludgeoning mass of their people was their hope of making that new world they wanted. Why have I bothered talking? They're sick, I'm tired. Hand me something heavy, fool!
Why?
Why? Why? More explanations? Alright, the last one. You think I'm going to sit here and wait? And count my every breath until the dark's crawling with horrors and I'm crawl? No, I'll let it now, quickly. Yes, faster than a bullet shot. Give me something heavy. I tell you, I'll smash the glass, the water, tons of it, smashing it. I'll be dead, dead, dead. Faster than the thought, and that'll end it. Give me something to smash the glass, or I'll...
All down there, sir? All well down there, sir?
Voice? Telephone?
Oh well, take us up.
We're moving? Yes, water on the glass. We're moving. Doctor, the cable?
I lied.
But all this time, why?
My orders to the crew were to leave us alone on the bottom as soon as the slacking of the wire showed them we'd hit the bottom.
Telephone?
I reconnected it while you were talking.
Then you didn't really mean to kill me?
Kill you? Yes, I meant to kill you. Had it all planned out. Tell you what I told you, and then you'd go quite crazy with fear, and after that, I'd kill you.
And yet you didn't.
The lights of the creatures out there, blinking of the stars on a cold night.
Why didn't you kill me? I want to know.
What would have been the good of it? A fool and a figurehead die together? No good of it.
So you believe me?
Even a fool can understand futility.
Water's getting lighter. Soon we'll be back, up there. It'll be very strange at first.
I don't much care now, yet I'll ask, what happens to me?
You? I told you many things down there, didn't I? Yes, too many things. A man, endowed as I was, talks too much. And since you, of necessity, heard what I said, when we get up there, I'll probably have you shot. The victim sentences his murder. It will be most amusing.